Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. The Coalition of Northern Nigerian Youth has called on Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari to stop any attempt that can lead to maltreatment or embarrassment of any kind against Yemi Osinbajo, his vice president. Nigeria's News reports that Malam Yusuf Abdulmalik, the leader of the group, sent this message to the president on behalf of the Northern Youth while speaking with journalists in Kano. The Northern Youth said any attempt to whittle down the influence of Osinbajo will label Buhari and by extension the North as ungrateful people, creating a bad image for the region to the entire world. Abdul Malik said the vice president, who has displayed maximum loyalty to the president in his presence and absence, is the face of the church and strength of the Yorubas, as well as the South in the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. The leader of the group pleaded with President Buhari that the vice president should never be abandoned at any time. Speaking further, Abdul Malik stressed that the smooth relationship between Buhari and Osinbajo in the last 4 years has given more life to the one Nigeria spirit and should never be allowed to be destroyed by some selfish individuals hiding under the bed to stain the hard-earned integrity of the president. The Northern Youth recalled how Osinbajo touched every nook and cranny of the country during the re-election campaign, preaching President Buhari's next-level message. Abdul Malik described Osinbajo as an accomplished professor of law and a great servant of God, urging President Buhari to put a stop to any attempts to strip him of his constitutional powers in favor of anyone within or outside the government. The Northern Youth called on President Muhammadu Buhari to do everything within his reach to protect the interests of his loyal and dependable vice for the sake of the country. Wow. This is a nice one coming from the Northern Youth. Of course, all that they have said, there is no force in all that they have said. They have said the truth, and there is nothing more than that but truth. But the issue is that, like I always say, Osinbajo has been coming out to deny presidency, has come out to deny that there's no free friction, there's no rift between them, there's nothing, everything is going on smoothly. But we are seeing the handwritings, seeing the body language, seeing the steps, the decisions they are taking concerning the vice president. Just of recent, we learned what is this man's name? Ganduje's media AD, bashing the vice president because he didn't go to New York. I did the video. You can check that out. So we have been seeing a lot of things from those angle, and they are saying nothing is happening, and we've heard about a lot of allegations against the vice president, but they will all be playing to political correctness that everything is fine. Of course, like I said, it's not going to be easy for them to just come out to say, oh, these are the things that will be that are happening, there's rift, there's this and that, because it will be so embarrassing after all this. Just like what the Northern Youth have said, after all this, because Osinbajo really stood, with Buhari. He has covered Buhari in many occasions. You can imagine what happened in New York during the interview. When the president was being interviewed, you saw what happened. But even when the same thing was about to happen before the election, when they were being interviewed, it was just the vice president that was just all around the president, because most of the questions the president was being asked, he was just answering the other way around. Even it got to a time the coordinator or the interviewer was like, allow him to speak now. He can speak for himself. That speaks volume. So the vice president has always been around him, and a lot of things. A lot of people have been saying all manner of things. You know, they've been calling the vice president all manner of printed names, calling him this, calling him that, and all of that. Of course, it is what they have he has signed. You don't go against your your boss. As far as government is concerned, the highest you can do is just to resign. But in as much you still want to remain there irrespective of what they are doing, if you feel there is okay by you, you can stay there. But if you feel that is not okay, the best thing is just for you to say, okay, I'm done with all of these things, instead of me to be covering a lot of things or things that I don't believe in that are happening in the government. The best thing is for him to take a walk and resign. But for the fact that he's still there, it's mandated and it is mandatory for him to be covering up, to be telling the world that everything is fine. Everybody knows what is happening. We know that they are playing to the gallery. But for what the northern group has said, the northern group or the northern youth have said, they are not really far away. They are not far away from the truth, because the vice president has been covering this man in many occasions, in many things. And some people were like, oh, the president went to New York. If he had known, he would have sent the vice president to represent him. Of course, you know, that is not what is happening. Of course, like I said, they have been calling the vice president all manner of names. So if at the end of the day they treat him the way they want to treat him, it's going to be too bad. It's going to be too bad. It will be a form of disgrace. So the best is just for them to rally around themselves and put everything in order, and to make sure that, you know, they concentrate on what they are being voted for, because all these distractions will not help us. Because the more they are distracted, the more there is friction or there is rift between them, the more they are doing all manner of things that is no is not welcomed by everybody. It's going to affect us, whether we are in that party, whether you are in the party, whether you are not in the party. Any steps or any decisions, anything that is happening that is of, you know, that is wrong going on among themselves, is going to affect us as a people. Forget that maybe you are in that party, you are not in that party, because every of the decisions at the end of the day, it will have a kind of ripple effect on everybody, directly or indirectly. So they have said the actual thing. So it is not for the president to yield to what they have said, to yield to their warnings. We know that there are cabals that are even working for the president, and it is evident because the president's wife said it. So it is not what people are just insinuating. The woman came out and said it. So what people have been saying after then, you know, it's just to buttress what the woman has been saying, because the woman came out and said cabals are the one running the government. So it is the cabal that are, if really there's anything happening, it is the cabal. It is the force of the cabal. So, but most importantly, what we have seen is that the president listens to the cabal more than, you know, doing the right thing. Whatever the cabal tells him to do, that is what he does. That is just the fact. So it is not left for Osinbajo. If he feels that nothing is wrong, he can be there. If he feels that something is wrong, nobody needs to tell him to leave. It's his own choice. But what we know is that they should put their house together so that they will be able to move this country forward, because as we are now, we don't even know where we are going to. We are just stuck in a place. So they should put themselves together. We don't want to hear all those kind of friction. They should settle themselves and move the country forward. Of course, the vice president has been on the defense, you know, defending the government. He has to do that because that is what he has signed to do. If he's not comfortable with that, the best thing for him is to leave or to resign. But as we are seeing everything, the vice president is not ready to resign. So another thing is for the president to heed to the warning and advice of people that he should be careful. He should be careful. So that is why, if really he knows what he's doing, he will not be listening to all those cabals or whatever. In as much, or you want the country to be okay during his time, he should do the needful. So that is just my own opinion. Oh my goodness, you know, you need to come and hear what people are saying. You need to hear what people are saying. Someone says, Yemi Osinbajo has been so loyal and transparent with Buhari. Left alone, Osinbajo is the backbone of Buhari when we talk of educational aspects in the government. Someone say, no. Osinbajo is too good. An advice worthy of listening to. Well observed and well said. I am a northerner and it is a personal opinion. So no amount of psychophancy should be tolerated by the president to belittle the vice president. Yemi Osinbajo's hard work sincerity and loyalty as VP is unprecedented. Buhari for once be smarter and be firmed by his words on anything from anybody against the VP. Just like I said, it is now left for the president. If he knows what he's doing, he needs to uh, uh, take charge of everything. Take charge of everything. But it's an advice to them. But they should put themselves together. If they should put themselves together so that they will move this country forward. In as much they say they are able, they are capable of doing the needful. So guys, that is my opinion. I would like to hear from you what you think about this advice by this northern youth to Buhari, that he should stop all those kurukere movements so that it won't be, it won't appear or seem to be ungrateful to Yemi Osinbajo for all that he has done for Buhari. Please leave your comments below and let's hear your own take as well, whether you think these guys are really genuine or they are saying the truth. We need to be objective. Please leave your comments. Thank you very much. Bye.